I think that we often attribute being around people with not being lonely or with being happy. And I don't think that's a good thing. Because yeah, people can make you happy, but being around a lot of people will not make you happy. And right now, there's two something actually no, this month and next month, and I'll be done with high school. I'm in my last year, my senior year, and now just looking back at everything I've been through, all the embarrassing things, just all the things I thought that mattered. The only thing that matters, in my opinion, when you're trying to become better for yourself is self-awareness. And there's no guaranteed way to gain self-awareness, you feel me? Like you gotta talk to yourself. That's basically the only way. You gotta talk to yourself. A lot of people do talk to themselves, but you have to talk to yourself in a way that it's kind of like you're observing yourself from an outside perspective, especially starting high school. If you're in high school, this video is probably for you, especially starting high school. Like, oh my gosh, I just remember me starting high school when I was a freshman. I was just so insecure and all that. People like to say that, but I actually was, right? Nowadays, the freshmen in my school, they all got drip and did I just say drip? They all got fits and they know how to put that shit on. That was not me. That was not me. I brought my insecurities from middle school over to freshman year. I had like two friends really, and it. I still there's still parts of me that wanna say freshman year was my worst year, which it definitely was not. I don't know. My worst year was probably sophomore year. Yeah, I was about to say I don't know what my worst year is, but it was definitely sophomore year because I'd moved schools to the school I'm at now. Uh, but with that being said, this is the power of positivity. When I talk about positivity, I don't mean like in the general sense, all the self help tips you find out there, read, journal, um, what else? Daily affirmations. That stuff can help with having more focus and, kind of building a routine for yourself, building good habits. But positivity is it's a weird thing because I think as humans, we're innately positive. Whether you want to believe it or not, nobody is born negative or biased or bigoted or any of that, or racist or sexist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, any of that. Like, just think back to when you were a kid, right? Some of my best memories, now that I'm looking back, and I'm only 17, but when I was a kid, I was so excited to be an adult, and I still kind of am. But today, in my class, actually, we are watching a video about um, the cost of going to college and student loans and taking out different type of loans and learning about that. And it kind of it's starting to set in. Senioritis. Yeah, it's starting to set in. Um, but I'm making this video mainly for anybody who finds this and for me to stay positive, to you know remain remain. I'm trying to think of another word besides positive. Remain yourself. You don't have to improve. Self improvement is dumb, right? There's this video by Profound Pondering, which I really like. I think the title is "You're Not a Project." Like, you don't need to be consistently worked on. Sometimes you can just be, right? You don't have to really do. I'm not saying don't work hard. That's good. It's good to work hard, but don't attribute other people to your self worth, to your self confidence. And I still do this. I'm learning to, kind of like rehack my mind a little bit. Because if I'm being real, middle school, her early high school days, I was all I cared about was, being around people I thought were cool, being around people I thought were valuable and more worthy than me. When in reality, there's no one more worthy than you besides God, if you believe in Him. So, with that, just try to be positive. I know it's dumb, but if you have a negative thought, like, I watched this video by Taekwondo earlier today, where he was talking about, like, he doesn't even allow a, a a negative thought to get into his mind, right? He has to immediately conquer it. And the easiest example is, like, if you see an attractive girl and you want to go up to her. Normally, the normal person who hasn't really found themselves, I would say, would start overthinking, especially if they haven't approached a lot of women in their life. They'll start, you know, thinking these different negative thoughts, these different subconscious thoughts, not subconscious thoughts, subconscious patterns, yep, of, oh no, I can't do it, I can't, she might have a boyfriend, she probably thinks I'm ugly, it would be weird to go up to her, she's doing this, she's walking fast, she's next to her friends, whatever, however many excuses your brain can come up with. And Taekwondo was talking about, breaking that. Like, as soon as you have a thought like that, just immediately attack that. Have the audacity to say, I'm not with that. I'm not with that shit. I'm not gonna align myself with that. And slowly and slowly and slowly, as you keep doing this, those negative thoughts you have about yourself will slowly, 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 slowly die down and grow into positive self talk and actual confidence, right? You don't need to get a million girls every single day to be confident. You don't need to get, you don't need anybody to be confident. You need yourself. You need to talk to yourself, and because I don't know you, but from my standing point, most of my self-esteem issues came from when I was very young. Now, yeah, I would say very young to, like, middle school, early high school, and a little bit of, like, junior and senior year. I would say those were probably one of my, like, worst moments for self-esteem, because there were just so many things I wanted to do that I did, and I'm proud of myself now in my senior year. But, like, back when I was younger, there were so many things I wanted to do that I didn't think I had the power to do, or I didn't think I was worthy enough to do, or so many people I wanted to talk to that I didn't think I had the power to talk to, which is harming to your psyche, to your overall whatever, right? So, I've been talking for long enough. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, all of that, and I hope you have a good day.